All right, let's talk about episode 3. No, not Star Wars. I was happy to finally see a flashback for, some of the yoga people here. Antoine especially. It was, and this is spoilers, I say that again. It was definitely trying to paint, that Antoine was responsible possibly. They are showing that he has a temper and that he's already previously killed somebody and that he stumbled over Talander's body. It's a weird name. And then obviously he dies in this episode. So that means that, and in the first episode, you have Talander's body is suspended. Andy sees her body out there suspended in a tree. And then when Antoine goes to check on it, he finds that the body is back in this box. So someone would have had to have known that her body was in that box, that he had found her previously. Otherwise, why would they be mad at him and wanting to kill him unless they knew that he was specifically hiding it in there himself? I'm guessing this is obviously a revenge tale. I guess it is. I shouldn't say obviously, but more than likely. But this episode, and I'm not saying that she wasn't before, but this episode definitely made Renee's character the first likable character, the first character that I'm actually like, oh, I hope, things go well for her. She'll probably end up then being the killer because she's the only person I like. But yeah, I definitely like her relationship with Antoine. The way that they interact in their flashback scenes definitely made me like both of them. Antoine's character goes down a dark path, and I'm not sure how much I can agree with his decision to hide a body of a young woman that he found without reporting it to the police just because he wanted to get a good deal on some property or selling property. I think he was buying it, right? So it's just kind of like immediately sitting there thinking, wow, this guy's a dick. And killing a gay basher like that, I'm guessing the guy died. I can only imagine. So that one wasn't really a huge knock on him. But the hiding of her body, that's clearly someone's daughter. I have kids, and it's just like, you're going to not report this, and then he wants to like scatter her bones and bake it, as she calls him out on it, like an unmarked grave. And it's like, dude, no one will ever find her then. Like, that's fucked up. So one thing that this season has almost zero of, which is fine, it's just interesting, is there's zero comedic relief. Which, it fits the scenario for sure. This is a very stressful time. People are on edge. Everyone's fearing for their life. Not many people are going to be making jokes. You have Ren still trying to get laid every episode. So that's still pointing. They're clearly trying to paint him in a negative light. Overhearing that conversation that Antoine had with Judith. They're trying to label or paint everyone as the killer right now, which is what they should be doing. He's a little too obvious at the moment. Glenn also is a little too obvious. The only person right now, or suspect, that is making some sense to me is the character Kira. And that is because she is, for one, a background character that they really haven't been paying much attention to. And number two is because she is, similar age to the counselors that are in this show. And she's up at the retreat before they get there. So she would have known the retreat people, including Antoine. So she could have seen or had, dealings with him and know that he had taken the body. And she just so happened to be up there at the same time as these kids came up. And as I said, she's old enough, or young enough to have went to camp with them. So she may have been there and they might not recognize her, or maybe, something happened. So that's the person I'm leaning towards at the moment. Obviously that could change and I could be completely wrong. But for some reason, she's calling out to me at the moment. Mark is an interesting character because he's so level-headed through this. And he hasn't exhibited a single sign of being a bad guy at all, which is, suspect. It's kind of like, all right, you haven't lost your cool once, and you seem to be there for everybody and wanting to talk to them. So it's a little off. He definitely has much more of the physical body strength and whatnot that Kira doesn't really possess. I'm not saying women are like some inferior species or creature or anything to men, but the person in the killing shots seems to be very physically able and strong, and Kira seems to be a very small girl. So and I'm not saying that proves it or not. They'll completely disregard shit like that in the reveal. But if I'm just going off of the evidence that I have, Mark definitely has the body to be the killer. But Kira, for me right now, is the one who has the most suspicion to her, just from things that are adding up. And Judith's character, in the first episode, she was just like immediately was off put by them being there at all. Like the look on her face was, what the fuck are they doing here? And almost so much she was like, do you know these people? Like, why are you, like, you don't know if these people are yoga masters or part of your crew, like that would contribute to this. Well, I mean, maybe they talked to her before, like, hey, these kids are coming up, and that's possible, and maybe I missed that part, but just her aversion to them in her first interaction with them was, I keep using this word, but these are suspects, so her actions were suspect. And we had a really cool kill here with the auger drill. That was gnarly, man. Just fucking the intestines wrapping around it and the blood, and just his inability to do anything about it and just kind of sit there and take it. I think in reality he would have at least tried to grab the bit. I mean, it would have cut his hands off, so it would have been stupid to even try, but I don't know. It was gnarly. I liked it. Good kill. So unfortunately, I don't have time to watch anymore tonight. It's already 2 a.m, so I'm going to bed now. But tomorrow I'm gonna maybe catch one at work, and I'll get on that. But 1922, Stephen King's new movie, is coming out at midnight, so I will be watching and reviewing that tomorrow night at midnight. So this will have to be put on hold, but hopefully I'll at least get one more episode done tomorrow. So until next time.